I was gonna run by. I've been working on my Al Pacino impression, and I'm just starting out. I've only got I've only sort of started figuring out, but Al Pacino, I've got so far just hoo-ah, oh, oh, hoo-ah. That's all I got so far.
There you go.
But it's something.
It's a start. Yeah, it's a start. You got to start somewhere.
You gotta build up the foundation. You would know. You work in your
exactly.
Your quality assurance for a construction
company.
Yeah.
Yep, I know.
I know all about the foundations. Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
start at the foundation and build up from there. So the foundation of Al Pacino is hoo-ah. All right.
Yeah, those are your footers. Yeah, those are your footers. Now you can build the foundation wall on top of that.
I'm just gonna be out there just clanging it. Hey, who's got that bag of nails? All right, that's me building the house. That
there you go.
My Al Pacino impression.
Nice.
But sort of in the past couple of weeks, impressions have become not a mainstay, but we've used them a fair amount in the past couple of podcasts. Mostly my Trump and my Alex Jones.
There you go.
You should listen to the last one. It's actually really funny. We pretend that we have like a surprise guest. Like, I can't believe this is happening. We have former President Donald Trump on the line. So everybody, let's listen to. Well, you see, actually, all of the people that were at my rally. So anyway, okay, I got to get away. This is the problem. I was talking with my friends today when we were grabbing drinks. I figured out I have the type of personality where if I don't want to play catch and somebody throws me a ball, I'm gonna go like, dude, stop it. And I throw it again. I don't have the ability to take the ball and just go like, dude, fucking no.
Just put it down.
Yeah, I always, as soon as somebody gets me as soon as I get going on bed, I'm just like, dude, fucking no, stop doing this. And then it just keeps on. It's a horrible issue that I'm trying to work out.
You're
How
fine.
to just let something go. As sometimes I've learned sometimes it's good to just get the silliness out of the way right at the top end, so you get it kind of out of your system.
Yeah, there you go.
And who knows how this is going to be cut? This might be left in. This might not. Who knows? I don't know. And that's the point. So on that note, everybody, welcome to the No Fun Zone podcast. My special guest today is my good friend Mike. Is that a stout you're drinking there, mate?
It is not. It is the Breckenridge Holidale, and it is the whiskey aged one, so it's like 13% or something.
Oh god,
I got a promotion at work, so my dad got me a nice little 4-pack of Holidales.
Promotion, was that the thing that you went and interviewed for?
Yes.
A month ago?
Yes, I got the job. Yes, sir.
Fucking cheers, mate.
Thank you, sir. I'm now your official quality assurance field manager.
Wait, say that again.
Quality assurance field manager.
Maybe
now
the most corporate name of all time. Quality assurance field manager.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let me ask you a question. How do you assure that quality?
We have a handful of quality process reviews, and it's my responsibility to go in with the superintendent and make sure that they're checking their quality process reviews and making sure that they're following all of our company's standards.
All right. I'm sorry I asked that question because that was very boring. No, for real, dude. Congrats. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Happy New Year's, by the way.
Yeah, it's 2022. Hard to believe.
It's absolutely batshit to believe. I can't. 2020 was yesterday. I'm pretty sure.
For real. Yeah, no, it's wild, man. I know it's so cliche, but seriously, the older you get, the faster shit just keeps going. It's just one big blend of blah. That's about it.
Quite literally, I've found that the older you get, quite literally, the faster shit keeps going.
It's wild.
No,
I
like,
never.
I mean, quite literally, where like I'll wake up in the morning and I have to shit within 30 seconds of waking up. That's what I mean by quite literally. The shit is moving faster than it used to move.
Yes.
I can't even get coffee in my throat before it's just like, okay, this needs to happen. But no, for real, like, yeah, it's crazy. We're getting old as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's dude, the more I like am able to reflect and like tell people stories and I'm like, "Oh yeah, fucking 20 years ago I was doing this." Like the fact that I can recall memories from 20 years ago is ridiculous, you know? Like
On account of the Alzheimer's that you have, the early onset
yes,
Alzheimer's.
yeah, and yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, for
It's
real.
it is though. I mean, it's again, it's very cliche. You hear all of this shit when you're younger about just how time moves and you're going to have, the next thing you know it, you'll be 30 years old. And it's like literally the next thing I knew, it's like, holy shit, I'm in my 30s.
Yeah. Well, and you're not even sprouting gray hairs yet. Welcome.
Oh,
Wait till,
you don't know.
wait till, all right. Tune into our Patreon channel to see Mike's white hairs because they're definitely not going to be an appropriate spot. Okay. I just put up a picture of just like a fake white bush. um, no, so let me give a more positive perspective. They say that time moves faster when you're getting older, but they also say that time flies when you're having fun. So if time is moving faster, algebraically, we would have to say that we are arguably having more fun because time is moving faster and time is flying faster. So we must be having more fun.
Exactly. Time times fun equals fast. It's math.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I keep bringing it up, but that's my alma mater motto. Alma mater motto? That definitely doesn't make sense, but
That's
the way the words work together, alma mater motto sounds really
alma
good.
mater
So,
motto.
Alma mater motto. But that's my motto. That's my slogan. That's my phrasing is having fun is always more fun than not having fun. So fucking shut the fuck up and just keep having fun.
Exactly. No need to fucking spoil it.
Yeah. Enjoy the little things. You know what? When you're on a walk, when you're on a little nature walk, with your significant other, your girlfriend, your life partner, or just a good friend,
or your dog,
and that's actually perfect. What does your dog do when he's on a walk? He takes time to smell the flowers.
Oh fuck yeah! And the goose shit and the rabbit shit and the other dog shit. Yeah, takes it all in.
Now you're totally you're disrailing what the metaphor was. Is enjoy life. Take time to smell the flowers.
Yeah.
If you want to take time to smell the goose shit and the other dog shit, then fine. Yeah. I can't control your life, but
if you do, you might be a dog.
The worst fucking Jeff Foxworthy impression ever. If you take time to smell the goose shit, you might be a dog.
You might be a dog.
If you're on a walk and you're pulling on the leash and then you stop to smell a big old pile of goose shit, you might be a dog.
You might be a dog. The fact that he is as famous as he is for what his jokes is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid,
it was a time. It was the era. He fit that era. He just perfect timing for him.
For sure.
I don't think he'd be as successful in 2022.
No way. Honestly, the only reason, not the only reason, but they the blue collar comedy tour.
They're what was that, a trio of them?
It was 4.
Was it 4? Okay.
It was Foxworthy, Foxworthy.
The dude that drank the whiskey.
Yeah, Ron White, Bill
Yep.
Engvall, and Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot Larry the Cable Guy was on that.
In which, I think out of the three of them or the four of them, I think probably Ron White is the strongest, just straight comedian out of the group.
A million. He's the first person I think of when I think of that group.
Totally, he's so funny, and he still is. But I think I feel like they sort of did like a Napoleonistic strategy of divide and conquer, or sort of
for
like
sure.
the idea of like we're stronger in numbers.
Oh
like,
yeah.
They couldn't have done the Blue Collar Comedy Tour if it was just Bill Engvall or just
for sure.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yep.
But having like the four of them together of just like, we're all from the South, so we're fucking rednecks, dude, and all you fucking people are gonna come out. Well, and the other funny thing with that is Larry the Cable Guy. That's a 100% character.
It's
not that guy whatsoever. He has a different name. He actually fucking wear just cut off fucking. Shirts.
No, he is like your perfect pick when you think of like a redneck dumbass.
Yeah,
like it's totally a character.
Yeah, and there's a lot of comedians that have sort of ridden that wave of they find a character and a persona that allows them to just go and do all this crazy stuff. I almost just did the Hitler salute there. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. We might need to blur my arm doing that. I was mostly just doing but it turned into this, and it's not good. It's not good.
We're about to get fucking canceled.
Dice Clay, Andrew Dice Clay is like the perfect first example. The guy, I don't remember his actual name, but he is not the guy that you see on stage. He's 100% a character.
Let's see.
What's his fucking bit?
What's his real name? Born Andrew Clay Silverstein.
There we go. Yep. So another just self-hating Jew changing his name from Silverstein into Andrew Dice Clay. It's like when Trump went after Jon Stewart, and like his last name is actually Leibowitz. He should be proud of his last name. And then Jon Stewart clapped back and said, like, "Oh, actually, did you guys know that Donald Trump's real name is Donald von Clowndick?" And it was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard in my entire life. It's something like that. I'm probably misquoting. Where were we going with
Dover?
That? No, Dice. What is it? What's his? What's the joke I always say of his? Fuck. Whatever. The moment's gone at this point.
That's all right.
We went into John Leibowitz. Oh no, I think it was Fuckface von Clown Stick or something was Stuart.
His real name.
Edit all of this out.
Yep. Got it. Just got it.
No good.
I was blown away as a kid when I found out all of these, like every actor, that's not their real name, obviously.
A lot of them, yeah.
It's like, it was like finding out that Santa isn't real. It's like, what? That Jamie Foxx isn't Jamie Foxx?
Whoa. Wait, hold on. Go back.
Oh, God.
Santa isn't real?
Neither is the Tooth Fairy. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually your dog that eats the cookies and drinks the milk. Yeah, it's your dog.
Is Krampus real? Okay, this is... I tried to play it up for the thing. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know who in Hollywood is their actual name. Like, I know Jonah Hill changed his name from something super Jewy before.
Oh yeah, it had to be soup. Yeah,
and then like his sister's decently famous as an actress, and she kept her original name.
The other thing that I have always actually wondered though about with that is people who do have children that are also famous, and it's like, so is everyone just Is
adopting
everyone
this new
taking
name.
the stage name? Yeah. Like, are we
Yeah.
all just taking the stage name, or is that what what's their birth certificate say? Because there's plenty of like Hollywood families out
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, you got Chet Hanks, Tom Hanks's kid.
Yep.
He's just a big wild fuck up. Apparently, it seems.
Let's see.
I don't
I'm
know.
looking up right now. I have my PC up on over here too, so I'm looking.
You've got
Oh.
politicallycorrect.com pulled up.
You see my face get fucking lit up when I go
Yeah.
to these white Google pages? It hurts me too. What? Oh. Joaquin Phoenix. His real name is Joaquin Raphael Bottom.
Well, that makes sense.
If
You don't
his
want your name unless you're going
if
into.
he were gay, that last name would
I was
be
about
perfection.
to say, unless you're going into gay porn, you don't want your name to be Joaquin Rollins Bottom.
Chevy Chase is Cornelius Chase.
Yeah, I remember that.
Tina Fey is Elizabeth Fey. Some people kind of keeping their shit together.
All right. Well, okay. Let's pose this question.
Larry King is Lawrence Ziegler.
Oh, he obviously changed that. Lawrence Ziegler.
Okay. Guess Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh! I just heard this the other day. I actually just heard this. Fuck! What is it?
It's so basic.
I'm pretty sure Mitzi Shore told her to change.
It
her
is
name
the
to
two
Whoopi.
basic, such a basic first and last name.
I can't remember. Give it to me.
Karen Johnson.
There we go. Okay.
What?
I remember. I literally just heard this like 3 days ago, and that
Her
they
mother
changed-
advised her to take a Jewish last name, arguing that it would help her career if people thought she was Jewish.
The Jews run the media. You know what I mean? If you're a Goldberg or you're a Rubenstein, Rabinowitz. Rabinowitz is a great name if you want to break out in Hollywood. They'd be like, my cousin's a Rabinowitz's.
Rabinowitz.
Or if you want to be a doctor, for sure, change your name to like Goldberg or something like that, for sure. Paging Dr. Rabinowitz to the operating center. Paging Dr. Rabinowitz.
Rabinowitz.
Nobody wants like a Brian Johnson to be their surgeon. You want Ari Leibowitz.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You want
Perception
Solomon.
is everything.
You want Solomon Bravinsky. There's certain. Okay, not so PC with this comment right here, but there's certain things that certain populations do better than others. Jim Jeffries used to have a bit about this, of that he never had an Australian doctor. All of his doctors were all Indian or Asian in some way, because you don't want to hear terrible news that you have cancer from a fucking Australian guy. Like, oh yeah, mate. Yeah. We took a look at the scans, and it turns out that you've got cancer all over the place, mate. You've got cancer, just like it's down in your gut. It's also down in your bones. You got cancer all over the place, mate. So I'd recommend probably going out and having a surf, and then maybe having a barbie with a couple of prawns, and see if that works out. You don't want to hear that news from an Australian. You want to hear that from a fucking.
You know what's terrible though is that like we even have to make the preface that it's politically correct to say that. It's, in my opinion, it's like, who cares? It's more of cultural things at that point. It's cultural that Asians are smarter, that they work harder, and that they're smart. There's nothing politically wrong with that. That's their culture. It's how they were raised.
Yeah,
good for them. Good for them.
Fuck cancel culture. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Australians make terrible doctors.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah.
Sue me. Cancel me.
Yeah. Cancel me.
Yeah. Fucking Australians are not good doctors. They're good at fucking catching crocodiles.
Yeah.
That's your skill set.
Yep.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, dude. Don't be out here trying to give me medical advice.
Know your worth, all right?
You drink 17 beers a day and eat nothing but fucking prawns. Get the fuck out of here. And why do you call them prawns? They're shrimp. Everyone else in the world call them shrimp. And you're calling them prawns? Get the fuck out of here. Or they call them bugs sometimes.
Bugs.
Hey, you want to go fucking have a bug?
The
You mean
only
a fucking
thing-
lobster, dude?
A lobster.
You fucking,
The only thing that
you
prawn
bogan
makes
piece
me
of shit, you fucking bogan ass motherfucker.
all I think of when I hear the word prawn is the movie District 9.
Oh, totally. I'm not gonna shoot that prawn.
I'm
I'm not gonna shoot that prawn.
I fucking love that movie. That is hands down my favorite movie ever.
District 9 is hands down your favorite movie ever. I call bullshit on that.
It's my favorite movie. I love
Really?
District 9. Yes.
I do too. I'm not knocking District 9 at all. I think
It's
it's a
fantastic.
great film. I'm gonna.
I
play
love-
the-
I
I'm gonna-
also-
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna play the pretentious route. I'm not knocking District 9 at all. I think it's a great film. It's a great picture.
It's fantastic.
It's a great picture. It's a great film.
So is Elysium.
No, so okay, let's hash this out. I'm not
And-
knocking District 9 at all. I think it is a great movie. That's Peter Jackson, right?
He's the executive producer.
Yeah,
He's not the director, but he's an executive producer,
Yeah.
which also is why another reason I highly enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. I would have a hard time saying that I have a hard time believing you that that's your favorite movie of all time.
It is.
More
It
than
is.
more than any of the Harry Potters, more than any of the
Yes.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
You
And
would put District 9 above Two Towers.
So I guess it's all about the context of it.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you asked me to choose one movie, if I came over to your house and you said, "Hey, come up to Boulder and bring one movie to watch," I would bring District 9.
Okay. All right.
And
Fair
I
enough.
get what you're saying. I also don't disagree with you, like, on trying to level those, like, between Lord of the Rings and District 9 or other really great films. But sometimes there's just, I don't know. It's
Depends on the mood.
Yeah. And it's something that, though, like, impacted me. I like that. There's that I also really like about this director, that his, like, the underlying story of it, like,
Yeah.
he's telling a different story.
Oh no, totally. It's all
like,
cloaked in metaphor and cloaked in
yes,
sort of.
and like if I don't know, did you see Elysium
I don't think I ever saw Elysium.
with Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
But the
No.
Elysium is him as well. The main character in District 9 is actually the villain in Elysium. And
Like
Elysium,
the South African dude
yeah,
who
he's
ends up having his arm.
who
engulfed.
becomes a prawn.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert from 2009.
Yeah.
But
If you haven't
he
seen
is-
it by now, then fuck you.
yeah. What the
Too
fuck
late,
are
bro.
you doing?
Too late. You have 1 year to see a movie before we're allowed to just say whatever the fuck happened.
At
That's
the
it.
very latest. But Elysium's similar in its, like, underlying metaphors. If you haven't seen Elysium, I highly recommend it, especially if you liked District 9.
Is that
But
the one where the rich and the elite go and live
Yes.
up in like their own
Yes.
sort of like space station?
In Elysium.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I remember when that came out, really wanting to see it.
It's good. If
And
you
then
like
just not.
District 9, yeah, you should. If you like District 9, Elysium is, it's not the same, but, like, with underlying metaphors and just, like, a really good story, and, like, where you see the main character go through a ton of changes. Like, United States is pretty much turned into Mexico. Like, it's a extremely poverty-stricken area.
Hey,
All the
Holmes,
signs there. It
Hey,
takes place in
Holmes.
Los Angeles.
you trying to come into Costco right now, Holmes?
Literally,
All right.
that's what it is. Literally,
Oh,
every sign
what are
is in
they?
Spanish, and everyone in America is trying to illegally migrate to Elysium.
Okay.
And that's the underlying story of Elysium, is, like, immigration and illegal immigration, but it's fucking good. It's really fucking good.
I feel like I might have to cut out the part where you're like, it's like if America became Mexico. And then just
No,
immediately I
that's
went
what
into
the
super
movie
racist.
is.
Well, but I immediately went into super racist.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah,
So,
it's you, not me.
yeah,
It's
no, it's
you,
definitely
not
on me. I'm gonna have to cut that out so I get myself saved. Fucking get that shit out of here, dude.
Hey, Jorge, ¿cómo está?
Orale, Holmes. You gonna go see the fucking Raiders later? Yeah, the fucking Raiders are playing the.
Now we're being racist.
Now we're getting into it. Only now we're getting racist. I think we've been racist for a little while.
All right, what about Chappie? Did you see Chappie?
Chappie, no, I have never even heard of. Is that
That's
freaking...
same director. Chappie is an AI or a robot that.
We can get into the whole AI situation.
Oh boy,
Let's get into that in a little bit. But go ahead.
No, but it's Chappie is a robot that is like the engineer that's been developing him has tried to create. They have these AIs just to do normal work life things, but the engineer that's been working on him has tried to give him a personality, and so he can learn like a normal human being. And so then Chappie starts to become kind of like this big weapon that people are trying to use, and
Like a big weapon.
I can't believe you haven't even heard of Chappie either.
No,
it's the same director as Elysium and
that sounds interesting.
Chappie's real good.
Did you ever see Ex Machina?
No,
dude.
What is it?
Ex Machina. A great fucking movie.
Oh, okay, from 2014.
I don't want to spoil anything of it for you.
I mean, I'm fucking 7 years deep, so that's
no. I get the rule. I get the rule. But also, this movie deserves to come into it without any prior knowledge. But I will say that it is related to robots and AI.
Yeah. A young programmer is selected to participate in a groundbreaking experiment in synthetic intelligence by evaluating the human qualities of highly advanced humanoid AI. Cool. I love that. I'm going to add it to my list because I love watching a good movie.
You should watch it tonight, to be honest. It's honestly, it is cinematically gorgeous. The story is very just like sort of
it's on Amazon Prime. I think my mom has that.
It's a movie that is 100% worth watching.
Cool. I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. I don't want to even talk about it anymore because I know I'm going to start talking about it and just like spoil things, but I'd rather. This is a movie that's really good to come into totally cold and not know what's going on.
What other dude? I love movies.
So this perfectly ties into something that I wanted to kind of talk to you about. Did you watch the new Matrix?
No. Because I don't have. HBO. What is it on HBO? Yeah. Resurrections.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it the other night.
Ooh, it's at the movie theater too. We should go see it.
I'd be down to watch it again.
Is it good enough to watch again?
It's okay. As a standalone movie, I would never say that it's the greatest movie of all time or anything like that. Anything at that caliber. But in terms of just like fan service and sort of nostalgic, reminiscent of the original trilogy.
Okay.
It hits the notes in a very pleasing way where it sort of breaks the fourth wall and makes fun of itself for referencing the original movie or the original trilogy too much, where it's very sort of meta. And this is another thing that we can talk about, AI and VR and just like the whole idea of the Matrix, the metaverse. But it's very meta in the way that it's sort of like, how Star Wars Rogue One, it kind of just tips the cap every once in a while to the original trilogy, where the other, like the newer trilogy doesn't necessarily do that quite as much, even though the first one of this
The
trilogy.
first one did, yeah. The first one was
But that wasn't,
crazy.
to me, that wasn't a tip of the cap to the trilogy. It was more just like, oh, this worked back in the 70s. We're just going to essentially make the same movie, and the story's going to fucking work, yada yada yada.
I agree.
And it does have moments where it does have like that fun fan service, but
I agree,
uh
though. I
the
agree.
the newer Matrix much more is like just every once in a while you get like a little tip of the cap, or like something is shot in almost the exact same way as the original one, where they're putting it out there, but it doesn't feel like it's forced.
Okay.
uh it was a fun fucking movie, and it still like brings up, because the topic of the Matrix, the idea that we're all living in a simulation and none of us are aware of it, is
Mhm.
more prevalent now than in 1999 when the Matrix came out. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure.
It's so much more prevalent now.
Especially generations born into it,
Yeah, totally.
of it, born into the internet, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. And it's very interesting to sort of see the new take on it. I'll give you just like a rough breakdown, because like this isn't as good of a movie as I think Ex Machina is, so I don't want to reveal shit about that because I want you to take the ride. But in this one, Keanu Reeves' character Neo, or Mr. Anderson, Mr. Anderson,
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. It's sort of somewhat convoluted, but he creates after he leaves the Matrix and joins the real world, he creates a virtual reality video game based off of the mapping and the experience that he had in the Matrix. Which is kind of a cool note, especially because VR is getting so out of this world, or will be
Oh,
the next 10 years.
yep.
And that sort of leads us back to the Facebook meta kind of thing, where like, which is so weird to me, the idea that like you're going to put on a VR headset and virtually just hang out with all of your Facebook friends.
No, and I think, dude, I think Facebook has such a different meaning for millennials more than any generation. We are so, compared to how, I mean, we still use it, right? But
No,
the way other
nope,
generations,
nope.
well, not all of us,
I don't
not
use
all
it.
of us, not all of us. Morgan just deleted hers too, but I don't, dude, like I haven't posted in God knows 10, 15 years, like,
Yeah.
but there's the way our generation, especially millennials, use it versus like newer generations, like young generations and then older generations, is unbelievable how different the use of it is. And it's like you said, because I guarantee what you said is relatable to almost all millennials, that they're like, I fucking don't like any of the people I'm friends with. They're a bunch of people from high school that I don't ever talk to, and family members that I see anyways, like, but if you go talk to someone like my coworker who's like 45, he's all over it,
balls
posting.
deep in Facebook.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Posting all the time. Like,
I think what it is it's an ever flowing wave of new platforms, and you can sort of judge someone's age by what social media platform they most frequent.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like our generation, when we were in middle school, it was MySpace.
Yeah.
And then MySpace got taken over, and then it turned into like, okay, well now the hip thing is Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were all on Facebook until all of our moms and aunts and dads got onto Facebook. And then all of the younger people were like, fuck this. This is ruined now. The older people know about this. So we're all going to move to Instagram. And then now what's happening is all of our parents and all of our aunts and uncles are now getting on the Instagram and having their own Instagram. So now the youth is diverging and flooding into like TikTok.
Yep.
Or Snapchat was another kind of thing for a little while of just like,
yeah.
the youth. There's the one thing that will guarantee that especially social media, but in general, the one thing that will make something so uncool that you will never be on it again or be in any way, shape, or form involved in it, is as soon as your parents start doing it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the nature of it. Is like as soon as like all of your parents and all your family are on the same, so like you if you would share something on Facebook and like your grandma would be like, "Oh my goodness, this is such a nice picture of young little Michael." You're just like, "Oh god damn it, this is you're ruining." We created, not that we created, but this space was created so we could have our own little personal circle. Like
Yep.
Facebook 12 years ago, 13 years ago, it was only like, when we first went to college, Facebook was only other college kids and like high schoolers and stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
had to have a college email to have an account.
Yeah. And then everyone else starts eking their way. It's the same thing with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like I feel like my brain is, as soon as something that I'm into starts becoming more widespread and more popular, the quicker I am to be like, fuck that. I don't want to be associated with that, because that ends up bringing in the masses. And when you bring the masses in, you're inherently going to get douchebags involved in that. In any population in the world, there's probably about 10% of the people that are in that population that are total douchebags.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to associate with them. So like if something I like starts getting super popular, I'm very quick to be like, yeah, I'm not into that anymore. Catch you later, dude. Fuck that. Because I don't want to be associated with the 10% of people that are the douchebags on the population, or of the
Yeah.
population. I don't know.
I'm on the fence with that a little bit. If it depends on like my passion for it. Obviously, when we
Totally.
come to social media or something like that, I totally. But like, and I think you could agree with the same thing. Like, you'd never bail on skiing, you know, because there's some things, and that's also kind of the beauty of getting older, is like knowing knowing what works for you and what doesn't. You know, it's like this is for me and I'm gonna do this, or it's like I'm fucking done with this. I've loved that about becoming older. It's like I'm not fucking doing that. You know, like not for
Well,
me. I know my cup of tea. That's not
yeah,
for me.
totally. The older you get, the more of a sense of you as an individual
Even
becomes.
friendships, yeah, yeah. It's like everything like that. It's everything in your life. It's like whether it become the cars that you want to drive, the people you want to be associated with, the movies you like, you know, who knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you touched on the idea of friendships, because like there's definitely a certain point where I'm just like, okay, yeah, this isn't working. This
Yeah.
isn't for me. This isn't. You're somebody that I don't want to have. Okay, let me take that back. I feel like I kind of got that fairly early, where I had a pretty good sense in like even middle school and high school of just being like, no, why would I fucking hang out with this dude? He's a fucking boner.
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking douchebag. I want nothing to do with him. And I was always very selective. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still gonna be nice to people and I'm not gonna stir
Yeah.
shit up, but
Yeah.
also I don't care to have you in my life for any longer than I have to have you in my life.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and that's kind of a freeing feeling of just being like, yeah, you know what?
It is.
I'm gonna surround myself with the people that I feel like are supportive and are giving me positive energy and making me want to do more cool stuff.
Dude, yeah, and that ties back to like knowing what kind of people you want to associate yourself with and not associate yourself with, you know? It's like
Crucial. It's
really
crucial.
like okay, I I understand now. You said enough, you know?
My mom always says this quote, uh, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that.
Yeah, that's
When
awesome.
people show
That's
you
yeah.
who they are, and it's just like, oh, you're clearly like, and this same dude, like, we're still friends, we're still homies, we can still have fun together, and we can joke around and laugh and stuff. But like, he's always surrounded by this aura of negativity and just like hating on shit just to hate on it. And I'm guilty of it myself sometimes, where like I hate on things just to hate on them, but like I feel like usually my hate on things is justified, and I have like a more Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm style of argument where like even if you disagree with me, I can still make the argument and you can go like, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas when you're just that negative person, just fucking hating on shit just to hate on it, it's like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I need you in my life anymore.
Oh, there's so much of that now too. There's so much judgment with things, and I remember, I won't name the individual, but people are so quick to jump to conclusions. I told someone that I bought a truck, and they're like, "Oh, are you going to put a 'Don't Tread on Me' flag on it now and drive around with American flags dragging off of it?" And it's like, whoa. So you're telling me now because I bought a truck that I'm part of the "Don't Tread on Me" and fucking drive around with big American flags, and I'm gonna roll coal on people or something because I'm fucking driving a truck? It's like, cool it. You're just fucking hating to fucking hate. Like, we live in Colorado. There's probably fucking 60% of the vehicles on the roads are trucks. I work in the construction industry.
Yeah.
Like, I am an outdoorist. I like to ski. I'm gonna be used. It's like, I'm not buying a truck because I want, like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of judgment is like, what?
Yeah, it's just unnecessary. And also, sorry I didn't buy $140,000 Tesla.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Yeah. Oh, do I not meet your standards?
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff too. It's all circles back. It's like, I'm not going to associate myself with you. It's like,
yeah,
go ahead.
Well,
make those statements.
For somebody like that, it's just like, yo, I bought the car that I wanted and that fitted what I wanted to do with it. That's what happened.
Yep.
And I'm sorry I didn't live up to your standards, but mind your fucking business, dude.
Yep.
Mind your business. Guess what? I'm minding my business, and my business is I wanted a truck. Suck my dick. And especially for you, you got the fucking EcoBoost 4-cylinder. You're pulling fucking 35, 40 miles to the gallon on the highway or some shit. Suck my dick.
Yep.
I remember Top Gear years back when the Prius was like kind of kicking around a little bit, or not more than it is now, but like when the Prius was first kind of like gaining steam, Top Gear had a fuel economy race where the Prius would drive as fast as it could around the track, and Jeremy Clarkson was in a like an M3 or an M5 or something, and all he had to do was keep up with the Prius that was driving flat out, and they compared fuel economy at the end of the day, and the Prius got significantly less miles per gallons than the M3 did, which has like a V6 fucking turbocharged engine. And it doesn't matter what you drive, it matters how you drive it. And also, I'm going on just like a rant that has no ending at this point. I don't know what I'm doing. Also, you're very frozen. Are you still on? All right, so we're going to cut a lot of that out. All right. Oh.
Dude. Oh my God. I'm about to get a CenturyLink tech out to my house.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Dude, it happens when I'm gaming. It's the most frustrating thing ever.
I was just kind of in the middle of like making a really good point or something, but
God damn it. Fuck me. Both of my fucking screens just flop.
No, it's all good.
Sorry, man.
Honestly, I wasn't making that good of a point. Like, I was saying stuff, and then in the middle of me saying stuff, I went like, "This." I'm in the middle of a rant that's going nowhere. And then I saw that you froze, and I was like, "Hello, can you see me?" And you texted me. I was like, "All right, thank God."
Oh, fuck me.
All right. we're getting very off track, and probably none of this Vegas talk is going to make it into the podcast because it's completely unrelatable to anybody who's listening, and it's just stories about us going to Vegas for a weekend, and it's not even like
Oh,
somebody got lost like in the Hangover. So probably all of this is going to get cut. What were we talking about right before? Okay, so we were sort of hitting on the Matrix and like the metaverse.
Yes.
I
got like 20 minutes, by the way.
All right, we'll try and keep this focused then, as focused as we can be, which is not very focused at all. No, but like, okay, did you ever watch that movie Ready Player One?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy, is that a futuristic documentary of how the world is gonna be in fucking 10 years. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Overcrowded, all in just a simulation.
It's already starting, and it's not even starting necessarily with like VR, but like I see someone like Charlie getting just so sucked into video games.
Yep.
And just like that has become his entire world. And part of me is kind of not terrified, but like concerned for when VR even just gets a little bit more realistic than it is nowadays. Yeah. How many people will just be sucked into like, oh, this is just my life now.
Yep.
And you know, everyone
especially like with working from home, that's adding to all of that too. Like, and then all of the online deliveries and stuff. It's like at this point, you don't even need to leave your house.
This is part of the plan of the New World Order. Okay, folks, and the New World Order wants you to stay at home. They want you to consume media, and they want you to. They're trying to demote the human experience, and they're gonna wipe down the population down into small segments where we actually the entitled and the globalists don't believe that we are a free thinking people, and I'm a humanist, okay? And the globalists are trying to box us in and just get us to live in inside the matrix, okay? And folks, you can check all my research on this. It's all on Infowars.com. And side note of a fucking bit about me being Alex Jones, yada 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 blah blah blah. Anyway, it feels like a lot of those kind of weird conspiracy theory predictions are kind of coming true in the idea of like, you know, jobs are being diminished. People are spending more time inside, and you know, COVID and all this stuff. It seems like a weird. It just seems eerie that a lot of what people predicted in like the conspiracy theorists in the 80s and the 90s and even the 70s were saying like, yeah, the new world order is coming. They want you dumb. They don't want you educated. They want you to basically sit at home and consume media and consume advertisements and then consume products that you can buy off of Amazon and have show up at your doorstep the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of freaks me out that it's like, regardless of whether or not, I don't really believe that conspiracy theories are like, there is this fucking Illuminati. I almost just went back into Alex Jones, but I stopped myself. Thank God. But regardless of if it's the Illuminati or it's the New World Order that are controlling things, or it's the UN taking over and wanting a central world government, I think just inherently we are moving towards that less interconnective kind of idea. I mean, even this, we're recording this podcast over a Zoom call.
Sure.
So that way we don't have to leave our houses, and it's eerie. It feels weird that everything has gone so online, and especially for someone like me, like this just happened a couple days ago. If you text me, I may or may not text you back, but most likely I'm just going to call you back.
Yeah.
because that seems easier to me, but also I like that interconnective being able to talk to somebody over the phone.
Sure.
And it doesn't seem like anybody nowadays likes to do that quite so much.
Oh yeah. It's like I can't even imagine younger generations when they have to get into the real world and like start calling people, like what a shell shock that's going to be for them.
Totally.
It's like, have they ever even called anybody? You know, they probably don't even call their grandma anymore. They just text her.
I'm also worried about like the younger generations, like interpersonal skills and how they're able to communicate with somebody face to face.
For sure.
Like I have the opposite problem where like I cannot text in a coherent way that actually makes sense and conveys my feelings and like conveys so many times like somebody will text me and I go to respond and then I end up typing out a paragraph because my brain is just basketball braining all over the place. And by the time I get done writing exactly like, and it's backtracking and it's like, it's refuting other things that I said in that same paragraph. And by the time I get done even writing it, I'm like, I could have just called this person and it would have been done in less than 30 seconds. And I could have just said it in the way that I would say it right now, where it's just like, I don't know what to say. I don't know actually how to respond to this. This is how I feel about this first part. And that's the other thing is like people who fucking send 17 different topics and questions within their text. How am I supposed to respond? Because again,
real.
when you throw a ball at me, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to throw it back to you. So if there's 17 questions, I feel like I have to answer all of those 17 questions. But to make it make sense is so hard because it ends up turning into a rambling, fucking incoherent, fucking psychopath's fucking explanation of something. Because I'm going like, yes, I could do that tomorrow at 7:15, and also this, and then also, would you? I just get lost in the fucking soup.
Yeah.
I'm like the last pea floating around in the soup of fucking chicken, chicken noodles, and all the noodles and all the chicken are gone, and I'm the fucking pea floating around, waiting for somebody to scoop me up and put me in their mouth, which is why I need a fucking girlfriend. Something like that. Maybe I'll just get a girlfriend in the metaverse and have her
exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But I don't want that. That sounds like not fun.
You need the real thing, that's for sure.
You know what I need? I need 2 peas in a pod. And then we'll be good, baby.
Yep. There you go.
And by the pod, I mean a virtual reality pod where we
blast off into the metaverse.
But I would rather go explore fucking Mars. That sounds like more fun than a fucking bullshit virtual fucking... That's at least real. Mars exists. I know it's there. I see it sometimes. It looks like a red dot in the sky. That seems like more fun than fucking, I don't know. And now I just sound like a crazy person. People are buying virtual real estate in the metaverse.
Really?
Which,
oh my god.
What are you... At this point, just send fucking Mark Zuckerberg a check with $100,000.
Yeah, for real.
At this point, just do that, and it's the same thing. I don't even know where this is really going, to be honest.
Uh-oh, you froze up.
Did I?
Yeah, how do I unfreeze you?
I probably ran out of batteries. Hold on. We can wrap this up. Hold on. I'm working. All right, let's actually try and wrap this up. Once again, just dude, if you throw me the ball, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna throw it back. All right. Let's do just a little wrap up. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I'm very worried about... I don't know, not necessarily worried, but I'm interested to see what happens over the next like 10 years. And
Yeah, for
how,
sure.
dude,
It's going to be different for sure. And it's going to change rapidly.
so rapidly.
Yeah.
It's just the level. So I played Charlie's Oculus or whatever, the VR headset.
Yeah.
Played a zombie game, and I lost my shit because like it does trick your brain into thinking that it's real. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you think you're shooting this way and you think you've got the zombie horde fucking taken care of, and then all of a sudden you look around and there's 70 zombies over to your left side that you never saw, and you're just like, holy fucking shit. But with how fast things are progressing, in 10 years it's going to be so close to being just like almost a true virtual reality.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a philosophy argument that's been argued. Jesus Christ. I'm a professional. It's a philosophical debate that's been argued for like many years, of like the idea of like, if there was a device where you could plug in and never remember like the previous world that you lived in, you have no memories, and you can just go ahead and live the greatest life that you could possibly ever want to live, would you do it or would you not do it? And we're getting very close to that sort of proximate philosophical question becoming like a genuinely real question
Mm-hmm.
of what people are going to do.
Oh, yeah.
And
No,
I
I
think,
believe it, especially with if the economy continues the way it continues, people, if it'll be an easy choice. It's like how we were talking about earlier with like Player Ready One, how they're like, living in these build houses that are just like stacked on stacked on stacked. It's like people who can't afford a lavish lifestyle are just going to go live it virtually because
yeah,
they
because why
can't
not?
afford to do it in real life. So they're just going to go, yeah, exactly. Why not?
Well, and if it's the same sort of experiential reality to you and to your brain, and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, if you're not able to distinguish between the two worlds,
Why not?
yeah. But then also, that's why The Matrix is such a cool movie, bringing it full circle. The way Neo is able to sort of, I feel like I'd rather stick with reality, because I would rather know that what I'm touching is a tangible thing. But according to a lot of renowned scientists, also, not including, but also Elon Musk, uh, as far as probability statistics go, we're more likely to be living in that same simulation now than we are to be living in just the genuine real
Sure.
universe.
Yeah.
And who's to say what the real universe is versus what the fake universe is?
Yep.
If the metaverse or the online whatever fake universe, the Matrix, becomes so real that it's
Yep.
indistinguishable, then who's to say that that isn't as real as the experience that we're having in
Mm-hmm.
this universe?
Yep.
We just blew some fucking minds, dude.
Yep.
There's
Just
some,
we'll come back to this topic in 10 years
yeah,
and see
but
how it goes.
in 10 years, the as of right now, some dude is sitting on the couch with a bong filled with weed, getting his mind fucking blown. And we are going to check back with him. His name is Chuck Lindwist out of South Carolina. And we'll check in back with him in 10 years.
See you soon,
And
Chuck.
we'll see. Chuck, we'll have a time, bro, because we'll
Yep.
talk to you in 10 years and we'll see
Yep,
where
we'll
you're
see
at
you.
now.
We'll see you soon.
Cut to Chuck in 10 years, and he's just in the middle of a horrible opioid crisis, opioid addiction, living in South Carolina, just methed out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, and
But
it'll go fast because full circle time plus fun equals fast.
Time plus fun, parentheses, to the power of excitement, multiplied by
Weed.
divided by opioids and meth equals time.
Fast.
Yo, hey, Stephen Hawking, take a fucking back seat with your fucking book, History of Time, A Brief History of Time. Mike and I just solved it. And that's the end of the episode, I guess.
Boom.
Because we
Get
just
fucked.
figured out how time works.
Yep.
So
we'll see you next time.
somebody call up Carl Sagan in the afterlife and let him know that he can take a fucking break because we just figured this shit out. Fuck, all right. I don't even know how long we've been recorded for, but I'm sure I'll be able to get something out of that. And yeah.
Cool, dude. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, of course, dude. We need to have this dynamic. Otherwise, we wouldn't have figured out Einstein's theory of general relativity as it reverts back into the aspect of the construct of time. So if it weren't for this conversation, science would probably be set back 25, 35 years. So thank you for coming on. Because we proved that Einstein's a stupid fucking idiot.
We're the geniuses.
Yeah, dude. Yo.
I knew it all along.
You see these big brains we got? Push over, science. Nikola Tesla can suck my dick. On that note, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Michael, thank you so much for doing this. This was fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Good. Always good catching up.
Yeah. Also, I think we taught some people some real valuable stuff here.
Yeah. Yep. Just tune in 10 years. We'll teach you some more.
We're going to check in with Chuck. Dude, imagine in 10 years if I'm still doing this podcast. And we just have some random guy named Chuck come on.
AKA Charlie.
Yeah, it's just Charlie with just like, he hasn't cut his beard the entire time. It's down to like his belly button.
Full of Cheetos and fucking Top Ramen and breakfast burritos.
He's got 4-inch fingernails. He's like fucking he's Rumpelstiltskin waking up from his 10-year-long nap in the metaverse and just wakes up to like, what's going on? We're like, Charlie, Chuck, what's up, man? We figured out time and space and relativity. Like, oh, I don't know. I was just jacking off to some big titty bitch. Okay, we're just gonna cut that. All right, dude.
All right, dude.
All right, peace, man. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
fun.
do it again soon. Let's hang out IRL too.
Oh, dude, you mean outside of the metaverse?
Outside of it.
Makes me scared. You know, COVID's around.
Fuck it.
Stay safe, bro. COVID's
All
out there.
Yeah, it is.
All right, dude. Love you, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Love you too. We'll catch you.
All right. Peace.
Peace.